What's up, everyone? Prepare yourselves to relive one of the greatest tales of the Old West in video game history. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the epic saga of Red Dead Redemption. We meet John Marston, a former member of Dutch Vanderland's gang. The gang is long gone, and John is trying to live an honest life with his wife and son. But the past always comes calling. Two federal agents, Edgar Ross and Arthur Fordham, capture John's family. Their freedom comes at a price. John must track down and turn in the last remaining members of his old crew, Bill Williamson, Javier Escuella, and, of course, Dutch Vanderland himself. If he completes the mission, the feds promise to leave his family alone. And so the story of Red Dead Redemption begins. Ross and Arthur puts John on a train heading to Armadillo to start the hunt. Arriving in Armadillo, a contact leads John to Fort Mercer, where Bill Williamson and his new gang are holed up. John tries to convince Bill to surrender at a fort gate, but the encounter goes sideways.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
Wounded, John is saved by Bonnie MacFarlane, a local range owner and her employee. After a few days recovering, John helps Bonnie out at a ranch to pay for his stay. Back in Armadillo, he meets Marshal Lade Johnson, who's chasing after bandits who might have intel on Williamson. John joins the hunt, and they eventually find a farm where a gang has just massacred most of the residents. They take out most of the criminals and pursue the survivors, finding their leader, Norman Deek, along Bill Williamson. In an intense shootout, Bill manages to escape, but Deek is captured by John and the marshal. On the way back, John comes across a wounded snail oil salesman named Nigel West Dickens. After John helps him get to the doctor, Nigel promises to assist in the fort invasion if John helps him sell his fake elixirs. Nigel suggests John find Seth, a bizarre grave robber with free access to the fort. After a few favors, Seth agrees to participate in the attack. The only thing missing is firepower. John meets a man named Irish who leads him to a mine where a Gatling gun is hidden. Following another gunfight, John walks away with the heavy weapon. The plan is crazy. Seth will give a signal from inside the fort for Nigel to drive in the carriage, concealing the machine gun and John. While Nigel does his elixir demonstration, John busts out of the carriage and attacks the bandits, with the marshal and his men providing cover. After a long, tense battle, John and the marshal wipe out Deek's gang and reclaim the fort. Bill Williamson escapes, fleeing to Mexico. John suspects he'll find Javier Escuella there, giving him a chance to get both of them at once.
Javier Escuella. He's gone to see Javier Escuella.
In Mexico, John meets Landon Ricketts, a legendary American gunslinger. Ricketts says the only person who might know Javier Escuella whereabouts is a female prisoner named Luisa. Luisa is part of a rebel group fighting a war against Colonel Allende's government. John and Ricketts rescue Luisa from prison. Unfortunately, she's only heard rumors about Escuella from other prisoners. John then goes to the town of Escalera and meets the captain De Santa and Colonel Allende. They claim Escuella is working with the rebels, which isn't really true, and offer to help John find him if John helps them find the rebels. After a few missions, John realizes he's being played by the military. De Santa keeps stalling and never provides in real leads on Javier or Bill. John runs into Luisa again, whose home was burned down by the military, and discovers that the rebel leader, her fiancé, Abraham Reyes, has been captured. John breaks into the prison, takes out the soldiers, and rescues Reyes, who was minutes away from execution. After a few more missions, De Santa tells John that Javier has been captured and is being held in a church Arriving there, John walks right into a trap set by DeSanta and his men, getting arrested for helping the rebels. John is about to be executed when Reyes and the rebels show up and save him. They kill the soldiers and chase down DeSanta, who reveals Javier's hiding spot, which, surprise, is another ambush.
The Captain DeSanta said he was here.
And you believe him? You must be more stupid than you look.
Finally, John and the rebels get solid intelligence on Javier's location. In an intense firefight, John manages to capture Escuella and hands him over to the agents. The rebellion in Mexico escalates with the rebels attacking Escalera. John and Reyes head to Colonel Allende's mansion, which is being protected by none other than Bill Williamson. After a chase, John and Reyes catch up with and eliminate both Bill and Colonel Allende, securing the rebel victory and control of Mexico.
Allende is dead! Mexico is mine!
Back in the US, John learns that Dutch has formed a massive new gang, and even the army has been called in to fight them. The confrontation is bloody. John pushes forward, getting closer and closer to Dutch, and when they finally face each other, Dutch takes his own life rather than surrender.
Our time has passed, John.
With the mission complete, Agent Ross keeps his word. John's family is freed and sent back to their ranch, Beecher's Hope. John is reunited with his wife, son, and the old man uncle, who was an original member of Dutch's gang. John dedicates himself to the life of a rancher and father, but peace doesn't last forever. A battalion of soldiers and feds invades the ranch. In the big final shootout, Uncle is killed. John realizes there's no way out alive and makes the ultimate sacrifice, buying his wife and son the time they need to escape. John Marston, the last surviving member of Dutch's first gang, dies, even after doing everything the feds demanded. Years pass and John's son, Jack, becomes a bounty hunter. After burying his mother next to John, Jack sets out to find Edgar Ross and avenge his father's death. After tracking him down, Jack finds Ross duck hunting by a river. Jack introduces himself as the son of John Marston and challenges him to a duel. And that's how Red Dead Redemption ends. What I started, right? Drop a comment below, and if you liked what you saw, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel.